so your Can-Am Spyder won't go in reverse or downshift. Let's see if we can fix that. Hello, I'm Robert Gillio from Genotry, Oklahoma. I'm going to try to help everybody out with a little issue that I have had. See if we can resolve it today. You go and start up your Spyder. And now, you want to put it in reverse. No matter how you go about doing it, I mean right there, I'm pressing down on the very center of the reverse. And I'm taking that shift paddle, and it's not going in reverse. Yesterday, as I was coming back from Chickasha, Oklahoma, I also noticed that it didn't want to downshift either. So see, I put it in first, I'm doing the shift paddle, and it's not downshifting back to neutral. In order to get it back to neutral, I gotta kill it. Go through the cycle again. I could have just perhaps hit the kill button. When I started it, it put it back in neutral. But once again, pushing down that reverse button and doing that shift paddle has no effect on putting it in reverse. So we're going to take this left-hand control assembly off. We got three parts to this shifting. We got that upshift paddle on the front. On top, we got that reverse button to push down in order to put in reverse. And we've got that downshift reverse paddle on back. First thing we got to do is remove those 5 screws. That's a number 3 Allen wrench. Now we got that cover off. Look at the dirt you can see there inside that cover and inside the control. Look at that dirt. The paddle shifter itself is pretty dirty. So inside, we've got the shifter part there on the left, the audio controls there in the middle, and then on the top right, we got that reverse button. So, you see how that paddle works? Back and forth, a couple ball bearings in there. That's what pushes the little pin, rod, whatever you want to call it, that's in the switch that does the shifting for you. So I'm going to show you what to do to test it. So let's remove that shift paddle. It takes number 10 Torx bit. So here are these pins, button, whatever you want to call them. It's got to be pushed in order for it to go either downshift or go into reverse. And then there's that button you push to go in reverse. So we're going to start it up and we're going to test it. Okay, as you can see, I'm in neutral right now. So I'm going to press and hold this reverse button here best I can, and I'm going to press this down. Voila! It went in reverse. Okay? I'm going to press it down again, and I'm going to see if it goes in forward. It did. It went in first gear. Once again, press this down. Press that down, and back in reverse. So the switch is working. It just needs to be cleaned up. Get you a can of that liquid air, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people use to clean out computers, and dust her off. Once we got the dust blowed out, we're going to get some Q-tips and rubbing alcohol, and we're going to clean the shifter buttons, the audio buttons, and that reverse button. To get to the paddle pin button, you got to remove that paddle shifter. 3 number 10 torque screws. Once the paddle shifter is removed, let's take some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip and clean that pin button part real good. Clean between the paddle and the top of the ball bearing on each side. Flip it over, you'll see them 2 ball bearings. They are spring-loaded. We want to clean them with rubbing alcohol too, and there's nothing wrong with being a little excessive with the rubbing alcohol. Let's be sure to clean that reverse button too. And again, a little excessive alcohol is not going to hurt anything. Let's put her back together now, starting with the paddle switch, and may I suggest you use a magnetic tip. Them are a bit hard to get started. Don't want to lose them. Let's get that cover back in place, get it lined up, and put together on the handlebar there, and then put those 5 screws back in. So, you got everything back together. Going to start it up. Let's make sure it's working. Once we got everything back together. Okay, I'm in neutral. Hold the reverse button down. In reverse we go. Push forward. First gear. Okay, it's now working. Now here's the thing about that switch. You're going to buy one, you're looking at about $500 and something, small change. Plus, when I inquired about it, it was about 2 hours labor to replace that. So just depending on the dealer, let's say anywhere from $750 to $800 just to replace that switch. When really all it takes is about 30 minutes of your time, a few tools, and some rubbing alcohol. So give that a try and see if it will resolve your not going into reverse, not downshifting issue. Then get back on the highway once it's resolved and be safe. Enjoy your ride.